Get that ass thing.
What a crazy day yesterday of gameplay and fun, and we hit our goals. We're currently at 47 out of 50 goals. Now, yesterday on this show, we actually set up the polls on which you guys are currently voting for viewers' choice. Allow me to show you how those polls are set up. So if you want to vote on the games for viewers' choice, head right over here to the posts tab on the DSP Gaming channel. And if you scroll down, you will see the two polls. As you can see, over 1,200 votes on poll number 2, 1,100 votes on poll number 1. I'm not looking at them yet, but you still have a minimum of 24 hours to vote on what you'd like to see in the marathon. We're probably going to end up playing 4 games during the marathon. Typically, that makes sense because each game we play for about an hour. Some games we might play a little more. Some games we might play a little less. It all depends on how well received they are. And I like the variety because some of these games, for example, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Berserker Kazan, Truck Simulator, Mountain Blade 2. I don't even know what these games are. Maybe some of these would actually turn into full fun playthroughs, right? But then we've got games like Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door that I've always wanted to play and never got around to. Counter-Strike 2 I've already played. Might be fun to just jump into it again like 10 years later and see what it is. And of course, you all want to torture me with Lost Records Tape 2. I played Lost Records Tape 1, and I found it to be the worst narrative-based game I ever played. It was so incredibly boring, poorly paced, and nothing happened until the last half hour. It really sucked. Maybe Tape 2 is different. I don't know. I already have it because I bought the whole game, and it is out. It's been out for like weeks now. So I have no clue. I actually have not followed along at all. So that way, if I ever did get back to it, perhaps I would be surprised, pleasantly surprised. I mean, I doubt it, but I guess we'll see. Okay, so anyway, please vote. You have at least 24 hours left in order to vote to determine what we will be playing during that marathon. Now, the way it works is simple. Well, the marathon is happening as soon as we hit 50 goals. We have 3 to go. We're at 47. All right, each goal is $150 of revenue when it comes to super chats, memberships, gifted subs, and regular subs on Kick, and also tips. So if you support the streams today and we hit 50, we're doing the marathon tomorrow, which I think would be absolutely perfect. I think it would fit perfectly. Like I said, it would be great because it's the exact middle of the week. So if we break up the week with the marathon tomorrow, then that would mean that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday can be standard regular streaming days. And that'd be great, right? I think so. That way the second half of the week is kind of like continuing on with everything that we want to do with all the games and the progress that we've been working on, okay? So please support the streams. Let's get that momentum going. Notably, on Kick, it is Monday. And we've got an actual decent amount of gifted subs this week, which I'm happy about. It looks like we have almost 30 gifted subs already. Actually, much better pacing than last week. So thank you for that. Anyone over on Kick who's been watching or supporting, I appreciate that. Let's get some support going. Let's get our first super chat, our first membership, our first tip, and our first sub. Let's get some shout outs and let's get some momentum going. If we hit a goal on this podcast, that would be perfect because then we can focus on the game and try to figure out if we can get another goal for the game and maybe another one tonight for Indies night. And then we'll be doing the marathon tomorrow. I would like nothing more than to do the marathon tomorrow. I think that would be amazing. Okay? So speaking of which, our first contribution did come in. I received a $10 super chat from Lynn Pines, who says, Phil, I'm not a huge fan, but I wanted to know when or if you'll ever get around to playing Security Breach or even the Help Wanted games. VR is not needed, just out of curiosity. So, Five Nights at Freddy's, correct? For those who don't know, 2 months ago, I did a Five Nights at Freddy's marathon event. I called it the Five Nights at Freddy's Torture-thon. And the reason I did is because Up to that point, I had never actually played Five Nights at Freddy's seriously. Instead, I had just kind of razzed the games, said I don't understand why people like them. And once or twice I had played one of them during a marathon, like during a Halloween marathon. Once I played one, and then I think I had played 1 and 4, if I remember correctly. So since I had set the time to actually sink into Five Nights at Freddy's during a marathon, okay, I said this time around, I am going to give them a fair shot. Rather than sit here and crap on them insanely like I usually do, let's actually judge it at their own merits and see if they're any good. And after having played 1 through 4 during that marathon, I came to the conclusion that the games are entertaining and the games are fun for a certain audience looking for a certain kind of game, but absolutely the insane amount of overhyping that they have received over the years is unwarranted. They don't need a movie, okay? There don't need to be 7,000 lore videos about game theories about it. It's ridiculous. And as I've said, I really feel that what happens with certain game franchises is now, with the era of the online content creator, people who overemphasize or over-exaggerate the value of a game. The first contribution to the stream. So we're at $10 now. Guys, let's get some motivation and let's get some momentum going. Let's get our first tip of the day. Let's get our first sub over on Kick, and let's get our first membership on YouTube, and then let's get that momentum going so that we can actually hit our goals. In fact, I'm just going to do it right up front. Today, since I want to hit 3 goals by the end of the stream, I'm just going to make those sub offers over on Kick early so that it's known. For 10 gifted subs today on Kick, you will earn the VIP badge. For 20 gifted subs on Kick, you will earn the OG badge. And then, this deal I made last night, for 30 gifted subs on Kick, you will earn a second OG badge that you can give to someone. Okay? And I just started that last night. I'm going to do it today because I want to hit 3 goals by the end of today. I want to do the marathon tomorrow. It would fit in with everything that's going on schedule-wise and everything perfectly. All right? So let's do it. I'm going to actually type that and post it up over there. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to pin that message. So that's going to be pinned over there. And hopefully, hopefully, we will be able to hit 3 goals today. I really hope so. Like I said, the marathon tomorrow would be absolutely perfect. It looks like the ghost got rotated. It doesn't look straight.